Hello friends, it's Natalie Elphinstone here. Today I'm going to show you the making of a layout which is going to be based on this layout that you might have seen on the Studio Calico Creative Team Gallery for this month with the October kits, the storyboard kits. This is one of my favorite sort of go-to techniques right now. It's to have a really large photo, and then all you need after that is to do some little layering and scattering of embellishments which sort of complement the colors, and I think it makes for a really effective, but even better than that, really quick layout that way, but it makes it feel like you've done it on purpose, right? So literally for this layout then that I'm going to create, I'm going to walk you through that process. I open up, as I say, a photo in Photoshop, and I do a bit of a test run. I've just printed this one off on my normal printing paper, which is not good quality. It is not photo quality paper. This is just the standard flimsy paper. Just so I can get a bit of an idea of the size and the colors and the style and how I'm going to go about doing it. And then when I'm happy that it is going to work, I take just a plain white American Crafts cardstock and run it through the printer. Now I don't have a 12 by 12 printer, I don't have a wide printer, I've just got the ones that take the standard A4 pieces of paper. So I have just taken my 12 by 12 cardstock, I've cut it down 8 inches and 4 inches so that this will now fit through the printer, and literally just fed it in and then I've got this photo that comes out the other side. And I think another trick that you can do to make it really forgiving is to maybe turn your photo to black and white, because that also tends to hide a lot of errors or mistakes or little details that aren't that great. I've added some writing on the photo directly in Photoshop as well, so that's down there. It comes out a little bit bendy out of my printer, so I'm just going to loosely roll it back the other way so that I can work with it a little bit easier. I've just got another piece of plain white cardstock that I'm going to use as the base of my layout. The focal embellishment that I wanted to use on this one was these autumn leaves that I've cut out. So there's one of the cut files that's available is the background. It's one of the background cut files, and it cuts out all those lovely leaves. And so the idea, I think, is that you can then use the cut out pieces. I'm trying to find my scraps because I know I kept them. Like, you're supposed to cut it all out as one piece, right, and then have use this as a background, which would be super cool, and that's why I've kept these, because I think these are going to be fun and I can definitely see myself using these. But today I'm actually going to use the leaves that were cut out. So clearly I ran that through the silhouette and use some of the papers from the kit, this lovely blue and magenta and yellow, which are fabulously bright colors, and cut out all of these leaves, and the green one is on the back of the yellow. And I was just thinking of like scattering these down the side of my page, something like this. I think sometimes when you want to achieve a scattered random look, that the best trick really is to just sort of drop them on the page and see where they fall, because then it really is random, and that kind of looks okay, doesn't it? I think so. I wanted to sort of maybe hide the edges here a little bit, and maybe I need to cut some more just to make this look really full and really layered. And you can see that actually what I did was resize some of these leaves to be a little bit bigger than the other ones as well. Now ultimately I'm going to stick some of those down flat onto the page, and some of them I want to pop up on some foam dots. And then of course I need to add a little bit of work here. And I'm kind of left, like, I've made quite a few layouts with my kit now, so I'm kind of left with just some odds and ends and some big chunks as well. of papers, but I want to use the fabulous gold tag and maybe just have that sticking up top. See, I think when you do a layout with a really big photo, you don't want to add heaps more other details because you do want the focus to be on the photo. So I'm just going to add the tag, add one of these little, I've only got a couple of them left as well. Add a title as well, of course, so using these fabulous stickers. And I picked out this one that says fantastic, and I was going to cheat, and my title was going to be Fantastic Mr. Fox for this layout, even though yes, obviously she's not holding a fox, but it was just too obvious when I had the fantastic label there not to go Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I've already used my M, so I'm going to use the W and turn it upside down as my M. And I don't think anybody will ever know, except I've just told you all. And this will be just kept nice and simple. And oops, that's not the O, that's the Q. I think this is going to be the very vast majority of what I do. I think sometimes, of course, there's some little extra details which make all the difference. Like, I think some of my favorite parts about this layout is, you know, these little ink splatters and the little scattering of sequins, and you can see that again on this one I use my sewing machine to sew stuff down, so I'm going to do that again with this layout as well. But I think, you know, this is going to be the vast majority of what it is. And I know that's really simple, but I think that's exactly the point with this kind of layout, is that you look at this, you can't help but see the photo, and then the photo's kind of a bit interesting because it looks like it's this canvas print. And as I say, it sort of hides a multitude of photography sins. So really fun technique, and I hope that this might inspire you to give something like this a go. I'll show you some close-ups of the finished layout when I put it all together, but as I say, this is going to be pretty much it. Nice and easy, right? Thanks guys for joining with me, and I'll see you again soon.